Hello everybody, my name is Kenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are checking out the new comeback from SB19, Ian Asher, Terry Zhong, I'm probably butchering that name, I apologize, with their new song Moonlight. I am really excited for this release. For those of you that don't know, I even joined in on TikTok with the dance challenge that was going around. Um, so I'm really excited. As I'm recording this, Moonlight came out a day ago, and it's already on the top 20 on trending. I've seen a bunch on Twitter about like the charts that it's getting, I think, in other parts of Europe. I am really looking forward to this release. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get into Moonlight, the official music video. Just before we get into this, I do know that the guys are wearing suits, like a suit shirt and stuff like that. But that's all I really know about it. Let's go. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I already love how this sounds like from the clip that we got. But this, they look really cool.
It's in the moments.
Oh, that bass line. First things I'm noticing, also pause warning. I didn't say a pause warning, but pause warning. Because I will pause. I like the way it's like a swimming pool kind of setting. Because you've got like the water at the top and then pool tiles. The guys are all being kind of like very uniform, very conforming to one another. In kind of the movements, which is really interesting. I think this song might be all in English because I noticed there was no subtitles, but yeah. Again, I really enjoyed that bass line. I'll try not to pause too much. Movements are really nice. I love their serious faces. That was a really cool move, hang on, sorry. Just the way that they kind of domino effect that move. I love it. It's sorry, I know I'm pausing again already, but it's really already a really surreal video. I know that Justin was creative director for this. I did see that on Twitter. It's really surreal. It's giving, what is it? It's giving that kind of almost like uncanny valley kind of thing, where because obviously the guys are real, it's giving this kind of too real kind of idea, if that makes sense. Like the guys are real, but obviously the set has CGI elements and stuff like that. But the kind of the way that everything is like set is it's almost this like slant of the reason I say like uncanny valley is it looks like too real to be true, or like it's almost unsettling in a really cool way. Sorry, I love this so far. Oh, sorry, no, that drum, that drum, like it's almost like it's almost like the sound of debris. Or something. Ooh, okay. Oh, that there's like a lower like I wouldn't say it's vocoder, but it sounds quite like almost vocoder. Lower harmony there. Also, Pablo, don't look at me like that. How dare you? And you still too. Stop looking at us. This look on Stell. No. Killing me. Oh, I love this. This beat is really cool. It's almost like disco pop funk all put together, and a little bit of EDM put together. Also, hi Ken, how are you doing today? Are you okay? Back it up, sir. This song's so good though. Sorry, that was really cool. The way that he was conducting everybody. That was cool. Oh, I love this. Obviously, I know this part from the dance challenge, but like in terms of the music part, I like this.
No, you don't wanna give me any reasons. Show me what to do, I keep it secret. We can hide the feelings.
Oh, that was clever.
Just you and me, I never leave. Want you in every way. Want you to scream my name.
It's almost like the kind of the ideas of the conformity and the way that the guys and everyone are moving on the camera. It's almost like because they're talking about in the song how like um it's kind of like inevitable, like them being together with whomever the song's about, and it's almost like all of these kind of movements, they're all obviously very deliberate and stuff, and so it feels like it's this kind of metaphor in the dance that like it's meant to happen, and like the synergy between these two people is exactly the same and as strong as the synergy in the kind of dancing here. This is really good. I might be talking out my butt, but that move was funny. Get it, Justin? Yep. I'm sorry. I know everyone else is like in like a star formation. Is Ken like? Imagine this is my leg. Is he leaning on his leg, or is I don't? It looks like I can't tell if he's like leaning on it or if he's holding like leaning back and like there's like distance between like his leg and his back. But like either way, like the kind of core strength you need to do that. Like what? What? I would have for sure fallen over there. I love the vocal tone. Excuse you. How dare you? Oh, that handwork. I get the dance now. I think I get the dance now. So obviously moonlight, moon, water, swimming pool, that's swimming pool filled with water. The dance, if I'm right, is meant to mimic the shimmer of the moonlight on the water. And that's why it fizzles out, and that's why there's that domino effect in the choreo. And that's why there's that element of in the handwork, there's almost this element of like a kaleidoscope. Because obviously when you put light through certain things, it makes kaleidoscopes. I might be totally wrong, but if I'm right, that is genius. This is actually really clever. Please tell me I'm right. I love it. That hip movement, okay, that hip movement, as someone who has chronic pain, that needs to that was so hard to when I tried to do it myself. And then at the end we got the moonlight actually up there. I really, really like that. I'll be honest, I didn't get all of the lyrics and stuff because I was just focusing on everything. So we're gonna watch it through again, and I'm gonna try and pay attention more to lyrics. But I really liked it. Just first listen all the way through. It was really good, really enjoyable, really funky, really vibey. And I really, really enjoyed it. They all looked amazing. The choreography was great. Really clever use of the metaphor of the moonlight and water and all of its associations. In kind of the way that the set was dressed and arranged. I just want to see before we get into the second watch. I want to see this moon again because I want to see if the moon affects the. Yeah, so everyone kind of. I was just wondering if they were carrying on the metaphor with this kind of final move because there's this element of them all leaning towards the moon. Obviously, not all of them are looking directly towards where it's kind of composited, but there is that kind of element of being kind of guided. Um, so yeah, but we're gonna go and give this a second watch through, and I'm gonna try and focus more on lyrics and stuff this time. I can't promise it, but I will be trying. That's what my goal is. Three, two, one. Again, I say this every time. I love that intro sting. I also love this. Sorry, I also love the way musically this has a cutoff effect in the beginning, almost like it's muffled, um, and then it kind of comes in.
It's in the moments.
It really brings that contrast to that bass line in.
And we don't show it, but we're thinking of the time. So put it in motion. My desire.
I love that already. We're talking about putting things in motion. Again, that idea of the push and pull of the waves, and that metaphor of the back and forth between romance partners.
Taking over my emotions. My emotions.
I mean, you could even argue there with talking about the emotions there. There's this element of the waves do that when they're when they're pushed and pulled by the tide by the moon above, because when the tides are kind of more vicious, shall we say, it's because like the strength of the moon and the almost like the orbit of the moon is closer, and so that pull and push is a lot stronger.
Want you in every way. Want you to squeeze.
I'm just gonna. Sorry.
Emotions. My emotions. Want you in every way.
So here I needed to listen to it back because it sounded like everywhere at first, but it sounds like they're saying every way instead. Because I was gonna say if it was everywhere, it was that kind of idea that the moon is everywhere, and obviously for us, there's water everywhere, so that relationship exists everywhere. But every way, it's kind of a different aspect because obviously with again that kind of moonlight metaphor running through this song, and obviously with the title, you have that relationship with the push and pull that actually they're trying to connect to one another, and so there's the desire between the moon and the ocean and well water in general, and so it's interesting the way it's being explored here.
My emotions. Want you in
Again, that like drum beat debris sounding sound effect thing.
my name. Wrap my hands around your waist.
I love that line.
Yeah, I like doing what we do in the moonlight. I've been loving you, baby, all night.
It's just simple like design of like the outfits. I know I said I was going to focus on lyrics, but it's such a simple design of outfits, but it creates such like striking lines between each member. Like it really accentuates every single member, and especially with the contrast of the black hair. And I really like. I know some people were like saying online something about Justin's black hair. He looks great, so if you're criticizing him for his black hair, go away. No one needs to hear it. But the contrast in the video really does serve a purpose because you've got the black of the tie, the black of the hair, the black of the shoes, and they all contrast with that gray trouser line and the white of the shirt, and it really makes them stand out because as well, obviously all of the people on kind of on the set are wearing this, but you've got this very monochromatic background surrounding them, and so they need that contrast to step out, and to stand out against it because you've got in the background the tiles are gray and the kind of the gaps in between are kind of black, but not like dark black. dark gray, light black kind of tone, and then you've got the white of the like the stage floor, um, and so you've got that kind of that monotone, monochrome um, set. So you have to step out, and as well, Stell's eyes really stand out. All of the members' eyes stand out, but obviously right now we're talking about Stell because he's here. Stell's eyes really stand out with that color, and then you get that silver piercing, and it's just those little details that help create enough contrast from the background to make them really stand out. Also, the shadows on the ceiling, obviously, water. When you have water, it has that little reflection thing, and obviously that's reflected in the kind of the top of the music video where there's the water effects. I do like that line. Shadows on the ceiling. That's my favorite feeling. Just because obviously they're talking here very much about making love here. It's all it's that kind of euphemism that pop music just likes to do. But it's that lovely idea and this kind of almost romantic idea of the way the shadows move and they intertwine with each other, and there's this element of not knowing where one person is and one person stops and the other person kind of starts in terms of their physical bodies and shapes. And it's that same idea with again with the water metaphor. When water ripples and you see it on the kind of the ceiling, the refraction of light. It's very much the kind of same idea, because you don't know which wave made the shape that you see here and the shape you see there, and all of these shapes create this beautiful image. And I love this part of the song, just generally, this like breakdown part. I like that. That move is cool. Again, you've got that choreo there with the bobbing. Water itself does bob and flow, but you do have that kind of bob, 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 across. So you can even see that with like bob, 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 and so on and so forth. Which is really, really cool. I know I keep saying it, but the real like I really do believe like the pinnacle and the kind of underpinning of this choreo is about that kind of following flowing water kind of idea, and I'm really, 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 really obsessed with it. Even like with the kind of stage, you've got this this circular stage. I didn't realize that so I was overwhelmed the first watch, but you've got this circular disc kind of stage, and it's almost like the level of the attraction kind of thing, each level. Because if you look, you've got these very big movements here, and then the kind of lower levels, they're less intense, as though it's like that kind of idea of the pull weakens the further away. I like that move still. I love that part. Again, you've got this kind of kaleidoscope snowflake shape. It's very natural kind of shape. Obviously, snowflakes being natural kind of elements. It's that very kind of raw, emotional kind of thing. Don't look at me like that, Ken. That was a really nice transition. I didn't notice that before the kind of flip up. Yeah. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I just want to say to all the participants within this song, both SB19, Ian Asher, and Terry Zhong. Again, I'm really sorry if I'm mispronouncing Terry's name. Um, this is so good. Genuinely, this is so good. The elements of the EDM and the kind of disco funk and the kind of having SB19 as the face, so it just also works together. My kind of wish almost was that this had, and I say this as someone who doesn't speak Tagalog, I wish there was some Tagalog in this, just because you'd have that um, kind of like P-pop vibe, like because this song because of how like it's trending and stuff like that, it's doing so well. And I really hope it like continues to do well and climbs even higher in like internationally. Imagine if this had a little bit of Tagalog in it, um, or even like half and half. How amazing would that be for like putting P-pop on the stage as like not just P-pop, but as being like having SB19 in the song, but like having the language in it as well. Um, and putting that on kind of an international stage. Because when you look at things like K-pop and J-pop, yes, there's elements within those two genres that have reached international stage, um, and there's a lot of Englishification of those of K-pop and J-pop songs now. But in the same way that those genres have increased, kind of the awareness and education and learning of Korean and Japanese by international audiences who maybe otherwise would not have had this involvement within the language because they wouldn't have been exposed to it. In the same way, because of how kind of viral this song is going, if this had like a little bit of Tagalog in it, even a little bit, it might have been that little spark that would like give people like that kind of idea of like, I want to learn Tagalog. I want to like engage in this community and this culture that I've not been aware of, that I've not been exposed to. And I do think there is this kind of element of, because of how viral this song is right now, that people will go check out, for instance, SB19's other music. I think Terry Zhong is Chinese. I might be wrong. I'm just going based off the name. I don't know anything about Terry, and I don't know anything about Ian Asher. Um, but equally, I think there's going to be like this like musical kind of explosion where people are going to see this song, hear this song, listen to the song, and then they're going to go into um, they're going to dip their toes into SB19's other music, maybe Ian and Terry's other music. And so from someone who has very, quite recently, we're still under a year since I discovered the guys. Um, we it would have been a very clever inclusion having Tagalog in the song. Um, because I know for me, if it had been my first song, because it would have had the same effect that Maniac by Stray Kids had. So this is kind of a tangent, but Maniac by Stray Kids was one of my first K-pop songs that I'd ever heard, that I was aware of was K-pop. And when I was shown it, I went online and I looked at the lyrics, and obviously romanized Korean is kind of like a really like, it's not a good solution for learning lyrics and stuff. And so that was what made and inspired me to learn Korean when I started learning Korean. And so in the same way, sorry, Mike, in the same way, this song could have been someone else's. This Moonlight could have been their kind of entry and introduction into learning Tagalog. Um, and so that's my only like criticism, as it were, and it's really not a criticism at all. But I don't know. It just would have. Do you know? It just would have made something else, added another layer to the song. Um, but yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know the behind the scenes of this. I know there is a behind the scenes video. I don't know the behind the scenes of this. I don't know how much kind of was written by SB19, if there was anything written by SB19, because they could have just been asked to sing the song. Terry or Ian could have, written the song together by themselves, passed it along to one another, and then been introduced to SB19 and got them involved. I'm not sure. I am just going to see if there's any credits. Here we go. So according to the credits, they are not credited as being writers um, on the song. They are given obviously the vocal credits, but they're not given writing credits. But I would have been interested to see how kind of if they'd have been if they'd have wanted to give any input and add any Tagalog into the song, how that would have worked. Um, but I like the song. I really like that song. Again, as I said, it's a non criticism from me. Um, but I'm so proud of the guys. I'm so proud of everyone that was involved in this, from the dancers to the engineers and artists to Ian and Terry. Um, and yes, I'm calling them by their first name, which is very, very because I don't know them personally. It's very like, ooh, but I don't want to butcher Terry's last name anymore. So forgive me for that. But I really, really enjoyed this. I think the biggest compliment that I have to give, non-musically, is to Justin. Obviously, Justin is one of my biases. Him and Stella are my biases at the moment. For definite, I can say that 100%. And I have to give him so much credit because, as a creative director, from the music video perspective, your entire vision is make or break. This could have been because of how simplistic the set styling is, and the effects and everything is. This could have been a concept that could have like been very hit or miss. Um, but for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you guys, it was executed flawlessly. It's a simple set, simple staging, simple camera, but the use of camera transitions, the use of dance choreography for the transitions, like for instance when Pablo went into the line of dancers and Stell came out the other side, all of these elements and the stairs and the sets and stuff like that, and everything for me just really, really worked together to make this really effective. Because again, a stage like this is really simple. There's not much you can do in terms of space, in terms of cameras. It wouldn't make sense to have explosions or visual effects beyond the ones that we have in the video. And so yeah, I just want to give um, Justin and the whole creative team their flowers for this, because it was really, really well done. I genuinely love this so much. Um, I really like the song. I knew that I would, because of the little snippet that we got for the TikTok dance challenge that people have been doing. Um, and so I knew I'd like the song, just from that. Um, but yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And again, I love you've got throughout this. I've said it a bunch of times. You've got these real, metaphors of water and fluidity and the moon, the relationship between the moon and the ocean, um, and that kind of juxtaposition with the idea of love and romantic partners. Um, and I just this is perfect. And for a song that is doing so well, and I'm so glad it is doing so well, this is such a great way. Um, this is such a great song to kind of go viral and things like that, because it's it's a song that is very much of its quality. It's very good, and so it's that kind of idea of putting your best self forward. Um, and so everybody that does discover the song and then dives into all three of these artists' music, you're gonna have this kind of thing of being aware of them from this song and the kind of quality they put out, and then seeing that quality being consistent throughout their releases. Obviously, I haven't heard every SB19 song so far um, in my journey because I've been kind of dipping into the solos and so on and so forth. But um, I have enjoyed every single song that I've heard so far, and they've all been at a caliber and quality equal to each other. And so I'm just really glad that I discovered these guys. I'm glad that through this song, other people are going to be discovering these guys. Um, and yeah, I'm so happy. Um, Genuinely, I'm so happy, and I'm so proud of these guys. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. I've been talking for like 30 minutes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching my reaction. Thank you for listening to me harp on. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. I'm sure you will. Let me know if I missed anything, which I probably did. Offer me any of your interpretations and stuff like that, because that's personally why I do this, is I love the kind of discussion back and forth with you guys about interpretations and things you saw that I didn't see and stuff. And so yeah, without any further ado, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone. Bye.